See, the truth is, I hear so many people, they walk around and they're down on themselves. They walk around and they think to themselves, they just don't measure up. They just can't do it. They're not worth anything. I've shared this with you before. The average human being has anywhere between 12,000 and 60,000 thoughts per day. You get that? 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. And research tells us that 80% of those thoughts are negative. That we beat ourselves up. We tell ourselves we're not worthy. We tell ourselves that we're not lovable. We tell ourselves that we are wrong. And see, once again, I don't think we recognize God's grace. And if we could recognize how much the one who created the heavens and the earth, the one who continues to sustain all things, if we could recognize how much he loves us, man, oh man, that would be so healing, wouldn't it? To know that I'm valuable, to know that I am loved so much that Almighty God gave his all that I could be forgiven. That's how valuable you and I are. God gave his all. And when we can understand that, when we can understand that truth, our response to the people around us would be one of love, wouldn't it? One of grace. We're just simply passing it along. What God has given to us, we are passing along. We're giving something away that we have received. When we can understand that God looks at us with grace, that we are loved, we're going to be more likely to cut other people a little bit of slack. I mean, look what God says. I have loved you with an everlasting love. And what that means is when we come into contact with so many angry people out there, with so many mean-spirited, with so many people are so quick to pull out their finger and be judgmental, when we come into contact with those people who are so impatient, when we come into contact with those people that we don't think alike, how do we treat them? With love. You know, I'll maintain there's so many people out there, they feel bad about themselves. They cut themselves down, because that negative self-talk. And I know that some of you here this morning, you're hurting. I mean, you could be hurting because of our situation that we find ourselves in. You might be hurting because you're struggling in a relationship. Maybe somebody hurt you. And I know that you're struggling. And what I think is going on, it happens so often. It's like when you take a tube of toothpaste and you squeeze it. What comes out is what's inside. And I think for so many people out there, what comes out is all of this hurt and all of this pain and frustration and anger and uncertainty because they're under pressure, they're under stress. And so as followers of Jesus, we know and we rely on the love that God has for us. And when we understand God's love for us, when we understand that God is faithful and true, when we understand that God is for us, you know what? It's going to be transforming. It is going to completely and totally transform, change your life in the way that you view yourself and in the way that you view others.